Our 1.19 survival world is flourishing. I mean, look, we've got cows, sheep, farmers, and these guys that are stuck in a hole. Never mind them. But we are running low on iron. All that we have is what is in our inventory, and that's not near enough for everything that we have going on. If you remember in the last episode, we took on the Wither, and now we have another star to make a beacon with. But we don't have near enough iron to make the base of the beacon because all of it has been eaten up in our wool farm, which we've been making during streams. So I think a great solution for all of our iron needs is going to be setting up an iron farm. So let's get started. And the material that is needed for the iron farm is right here inside of this chest. Now, if you want to build this iron farm yourself, go check out Wattles' channel. He has the iron farm on there, and it was a great help to me. So I'm gonna get started building this thing up, and we'll see how it goes. Time lapse, and now. This build came out flawlessly. I mean, this thing has been crazy. For the past few minutes, it has been running, and it's already spawned 3 or 4 iron golems, and now we have 17 iron already in there, which is absolutely insane. The hardest part of this thing was getting the zombie. It took me several nights trying to get a zombie, and each one would not pick up the item that I was throwing at it until this final one that I found, and I was so excited when he did. Now, the farm looks great to an extent, but it definitely needs some sort of build to cover it up. We do have a bit of a nether volcano temple here, and that kind of marks our industrial district. And then up here, we start having more of our residential area where, yeah, we do have an industrial type barn over here, but it houses more of the food and things like that. And then over here we have a house for our farmers, and down there I've been clearing an area for a future build. And of course up here we have our starter base, and the observatory is in the back over there. So we need to figure out some sort of build to cover the iron farm with, and I think I'm going to spend just a bit of time in creative mode trying to work something out. Planning this build took me about 3 hours, so if you would consider twisting that like button and subscribing if you're brand new, that would really be awesome and help me out a lot. Well, now that we've got the build planned, I think it's time to get gathering materials. And man, is this thing gonna take a lot of material. So we better get busy gathering before it gets too late. But before we get too carried away, we need to make sure we feed Jeremy, as I have been neglecting him lately. I hope you're doing okay, buddy. You're so sweet. One of the biggest sources of blocks that I needed was gonna be mossy stone brick. And seeing as how I only have 2 stacks of moss, I decided to go find an open cave and place them around and then bone meal it. Hopefully decimating this cave will give us enough moss that we'll be able to create our build without much effort. That is a ton of moss, but I think we've got all that we need. Let's check our stone stores because I think we're gonna need a lot of that. We still need more. We need a lot more. All right, well, it looks like we're going back down to the mines. So I set about gathering and crafting the rest of the items we needed for this build, and let me tell you, the amount of wood required for this was ridiculous. We had to clear out basically an entire forest just to get the wood done for this build. And I think we're gonna have to do something to fix that once the build is over. But for now, let's head over here and get started building. Oh man, yeah, doesn't that look so good? I love how it looks so much like a castle, and you can still see the iron farm through it there. The only thing that I didn't think about as I was building this thing is this. It's significantly smaller than the castle keep next to it, which, you know, I guess is okay. It's all right. It doesn't look that bad, and I'm sure we can build a few other things around it that'll make these things blend together a little bit better. Now, one thing I did notice is that after this thing was complete, the iron farm broke. And I know it's not because of any sort of spawning issues. We have slabs all across the top here, which means that iron golems are not going to spawn on top, and anything where an iron golem could spawn is either slabbed or staired. So there's no way that an iron golem could be spawning there. But I did reach out to my good friend Tim Be Nice, who has a great iron farm tutorial on his channel, and he told me that it's because there's a roof that is preventing sky access for the villagers to be able to spawn iron golems. So I'm going to jump up there, take down at least portions of our roof, and then I'll be right back with y'all. And hopefully our iron farm will be working again. It has already done so much for us. That is so much iron. We need it back up and running. And now we can hear that sweet, sweet sound of iron golem dying. We know our farm is back up and working, but there's going to be some issues here with snow on the ground now. And also here on the back, we just have a empty stripe. It's really bothering me. I'm gonna have to find some way to figure out how to make that look better. But for now, we need to get to working on our path from our barn area up there to these two farms over here. Getting the path in was really quite easy. Just a simple use of the shovel and we were cleared all the way down to the farms. But here comes the difficult part, decorating. See, I want it to look a little bit better than the way it does right now, and frankly, we're running low on trees. I think a good thing to do would be to add maybe a tree here, a tree or two over here, fill in this creeper crater, and then of course add some flowers, some fences, and some other great things that'll make it look much prettier along the way. So let's get to work on that. And here we have it, guys. We've got a completed path, and I think it looks amazing. Quite gorgeous. We have a huge tree there, a couple of trees in the back over there. I added some sweet berry bushes along the way, along with some bone meal of the grass to make it look a little bit longer and unkempt. We even added a few flowers over here to give ourselves a little mini garden and another sweet berry bush there that's not quite yet grown. And then of course over here it comes in and splits off into the two locations, so you can come in and get your iron, or you can come in over here and get your gold. Now there's just a couple of other things that I need to do inside of the iron farm, and then we will see if we have enough iron for a beacon. And the finishing touches here on the farm are basically that I went around in each of these little areas and added a lamppost just to provide some more light to the area so we're not getting mob spawns in here while also trying to get iron. And then also down here, I installed a little staircase and installed a few extra chests so we could make sure we don't run out of space for our iron. Now it's time to see if we have enough iron for a beacon. So after checking out our iron farm, I realized it did not have all the iron we needed. It only had about a stack and a half worth of blocks. I used some for a little AFK spot in here, and I AFK'd overnight. So now we're gonna go over and see if we have enough iron. I'm assuming we do. Let's just go over there and check. And that's a lot of iron. And there we have it, a full beacon reaching up to the heavens, and we have finally reached our goal. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you later. Bye!